All right. We are live on YouTube now. And this is for the benefit of Mehul, who's attending our talk today, and for anyone who's watching this video in future. So just a short introduction. My name is Karthik, and I run August Academy. We've been working out of Chennai, and we've been in business since 2013. And over the last 10 and a half years, we've worked with maybe 300 to 400 very highly talented students, and we've helped them all get into some very, very good schools across the world. Saying good schools is one thing, but what kind of names are we talking about? In the US, we are talking about schools across the top 20. That includes Harvard, Kellogg, Booth, MIT, Columbia, Darden, Tuck, Ross, Cornell, Anderson, Tepper, many schools in the top 20. That's what I'm getting to. In Europe, it's the top 5: INSEAD, London Business School, IMD, HEC, ISAD, ASA, Oxford, Cambridge, IE, Star Bocconi. In Asia, it is ISB, IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, the executive programs there, NUS and NTU. So in every region, we've had people get into some of the best schools. And this year, so far, we've had interviews from IMD, ESA, ISAD so far. And we are waiting to hear back from the other schools as well. So with that in mind, Mehul, can you give me a brief introduction about yourself, please?
Okay. Hi, sir. My name is Mehul Sinha, and I've been a part of the August Academy community over WhatsApp. So that's how I got to know more about you, and through internet and Google, of course.
Okay.
Now I've been a part of the information and the updates that you've been providing us through WhatsApp, and also with my own journey to start with an MBA, with an MBA program.
Okay.
So I got done with my graduation just last year. That's in
okay, very good. So 2022 batch. Okay.
Correct.
What was your graduation in?
My graduation was BTech, Electronics and Communication.
From
JSS Academy. That comes under Abdul Kalam. Yes, JSS Noida.
Okay.
So I've done my BTech from there. It's been 1 year, and since then I've been working within my family business, which is into control and instrumentation for equipments for power generation, for thermal power plants and petrochemical industries and refineries. So, coming from an engineering background, I started with my role here as more of an operations and sales strategist person, because I somewhat had that kind of a touch always, coming from a family who's running a business and getting all that information from my father as well. And my BTech was more or less for the sake of having a technical degree in my hand. But my major interest was always been in a managerial and a management kind of a role. Be it at a fresher level, and still showing skills of maybe doing better and maybe leading a more doing a more proficiently in roles of more leadership and things like that.
Okay.
So and that's how my graduation score wasn't that great. It was a 6.49 CGPA.
Okay. Now, and how does it figure in your class profile in terms of would you be part of the top 50% or top 75%, or how does that work?
I don't think I can answer that because I'm not aware of that.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
So, but that is the CGPA. That's basically somewhere around 2.75 GPA.
That's fine. You don't have to convert it. It's not right to do divide by 10 multiplied by 4 to convert to a 4-point scale.
Okay.
It's a little bit more complicated than that. So just leave it in your 10.0 scale. So 6.59, whatever it is. Yeah.
Right. It's a 6.5 basically. Now, and I have a good experience of 1 year right from my graduation. And still I'm working here only within the family business. Now I was wanting to go for an MBA program, and that too maybe the 24th fall, or if I could just wait and work a little bit on my profile and then go for and aim for the 25 intake. But I'm still in two minds for what to do, and if my profile is even it's cutting the basic criteria, I'm even if I'm falling there or not. So there's a lot of things going on?
See, if you apply for 24 fall, there are two things that we need to consider. First is, are you suitable? The second thing is, are you ready? All right. Let's answer the second question first. Are you ready? Are you done with your GMAT or not?
I've given the GMAT once. It's a 600.
Okay. Do you think you can do better? Are you planning to do a retake?
I was planning to do a retake, but then I couldn't take out the time, and I don't think I can. I can go ahead with the preparation, but with working full time as well. Because anyway, the preparation was too exhausting for me to even prepare for good 2 months. And after a couple of months, I gave the exam once, and it took a lot of my energy and a lot of time. So I haven't been able to take out that much time with work now being on my plate.
Okay, fair enough. I have a long-winded answer to that as well, which I will get to in just a minute. But basically what seems to be the case is, and what kind of colleges are you looking at? Are you looking at top tier or pedigreed colleges, or are you just looking to get an MBA from abroad and come back to the family business in a managerial capacity? What's your end game?
I'm not looking to come back. I'm planning to pursue something, pursue a job there post graduating, and my looking at how things have been in the past and now the kind of profile that I might end up with. I'm not looking for the top tier schools because that won't be that would just be wishful thinking for me. So I'm looking for something more in my reach, maybe something like Simon Business School or close to that somewhere.
Simon and all won't work at this point, Mehul. I don't think your academic background is going to be a detractor from that, but your GMAT, you'll need at least 700 plus for Simon. Okay. At this point, you can consider schools outside the top 75 or 80, and then those may work. There are some good schools in that neighborhood. You can go, it won't be very expensive. You can study and then you can come back, and you can do that now itself. Okay. Now, when should you do this, right? You should do this if your end goal is to come back to the family business and just learn good management skills. And that I think you should be fine, regardless of which school you study in. Now, if you're looking for brand and pedigree, then definitely I think you need a much higher GMAT, 720, 730, 740, 750, whatever is the best you can manage. All right. And you can work for another 2 years and then you can go. Okay. So you can apply maybe in 25, you can apply for the 26 intake. At that time, you'll have 4 years of experience when you sign up. Okay. That may be the best intake for you to target. And, that means you still have another 2 years, lots of time to prepare for the GMAT and retake it. Okay. So these are two possibilities. One is you decide that all you want is a foreign degree, some management experience. Then you can get it from like a slightly lower rank program, and you don't even have to spend much. You can come back. The other is you decide that you want to go for a higher rank pedigree program. You put in the effort, you put in the time, and then you get that after 2 years. I mean, you join college after 2 years, and then you graduate after 4 years, and then you come back, right? So these are the two possibilities I can see. Which one is better? I can't say. It all depends on you and your circumstances, your family, what they think, and all those things. So that you'll have to decide.
Okay, and also after all, a lot of research with programs like MBA, and then there are other programs for people like me who don't have that much of a work experience. There's another thing which are the masters in some sort of specializations, and then there is this other program that originated from the Europe, basically the MIMs.
Okay.
So how would you?
You can apply to some of those. It's not as valuable as an MBA in the marketplace. But then again, that all depends on whether you're looking for a job or not. Okay. If you're not looking for a job, if your family business will accommodate you, you can look for a job, but all said and done, if you can come back, if like 4 to 5 to 6 years later, your family business is your end goal and that's your long-term career, then it doesn't make a difference. But if you're looking for a job and if you're looking for a professional career for the next 15 years or so, then I would recommend that you wait the time and you spend and do an MBA. Because that is something that has a better signal in the job market, unless you are getting into a technical role. So see, right now you've done a BTech for an engineering technical role. If you do a master's in accounting, you'll do an accounting technical role. If you do a master's in finance, you'll do a finance technical role. You get it? So yes, it is not engineering, but still it is subject matter based.
Okay.
You're a professional. You're not a manager. Okay.
Right.
If you do an MBA, you can get into the management track. So that I think is a difference. MIM, of course, that's also management track, but that's like a early stage degree, not like a, I mean, although it's called master's, it's not the same as an MBA.
Correct.
So I would rather you wait 2 years and do an MBA rather than do the MIM right now. That would be my advice to you.
Okay.
What
So,
other
but
questions?
then again, like doing an MIM from US, getting into a decent school as well, I think that won't be a wise decision because I don't think it's that famous or that's well known in the US. Rather, going for something like an MIM program in the Europe would make a much more wiser decision, right?
See, it all depends on whether you're going to be in the job market or not. If you're not going to be in the job market, then just the brand name of the university is sufficient. Okay.
Okay.
If you are going to be in the job market, then these questions become relevant. The MIM is a little bit more recognized in Europe than it is in the US. You are right, but it does have some recognition in the US. It's not like absolutely zero recognition.
Okay. Okay. And how would you like how what can you advise me for the GMAT preparation? Because the 2 months have been completely exhausting for me, and I wasn't working. It was just the books and maybe going for a walk once in a while. And those 2 months, I felt a little sick as well with all the studying. But I think that's more of an individual take of how I was doing.
Okay.
But and that's why I think that for me working on the GMAT again, it's again gonna take a toll on me. And that's why I'm a little reluctant.
Did you work with a tutor for this or did you study by yourself?
I was working with a tutor for good 3 months, but those were like normal weekend classes. And then I started working like self studies.
Okay. No, this is not a private tutor. This is like a batch.
This is a batch. Yes.
Okay. See, the thing about batches is it is not individualized to you. So if you've done batches, the next step is to work with a private tutor. Okay. Somebody who will work only with you. All right. They will charge more.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what your budget is or anything of that sort. So, but anyway, I mean, it's logical, right? If they, instead of teaching 20 people, if they teach only one person, then they also have to charge more. Okay. But it will also be uniquely tailored to your learning pace and abilities. There's no guarantee of results here. But the point is, there's a better chance that they will be able to identify what your strengths and weaknesses are. And sometimes if the weaknesses are correctable, they will be able to suggest strategies for you. Now, it is very well possible that the weakness is also identified, but it is not correctable. Okay. That is neither in your hands nor is it in their hands. But it is worth giving a shot. You may want to spend about 10-15 hours with a tutor. And then they would be better positioned to answer this question. I used to do tutoring about 7-8 years back. Now I don't do that anymore. Okay. But it's definitely something you can consider.
Okay.
Yeah. And if it doesn't work, then you have to accept your score. Like 600 is my level or 620 is my level. And then let me just find schools for my range. That's the next step.
Right. I think that's like I'm still on the initial stages of planning my whole journey for my master's. So that's pretty much all from my end here.
Okay. Sounds good, Mehul. And usually by this time we would have had another 2 or 3 people, but I think today it's a good time for us to close our call as well. Great interacting with you, Mehul. Stay in touch through the WhatsApp group. And if you have any doubts, definitely feel free to show up for future sessions as well. I wish you all the best, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.